Our reporter Kate Newton has just arrived in Seddon from Ward, where 22 people are still in an evacuation centre there. Kate, you're joining us. Welcome, Kate, joining us via live view. What have you been doing on your travels around the upper South Island?
Kia ora, John. This afternoon, I've spent several hours hitching a ride with a civil defence crew who have come from Blenheim via Seddon and then down to Ward, which is about 20 minutes south of Seddon, where, as you said, there are still 22 people, 11 adults, 11 children, and actually one parrot in a welfare centre there. Some of those houses were quite badly hit, and after that we carried on down south through the closed portion of State Highway 1. So it's closed from Seddon. Just behind me here is State Highway 1, and just around the corner is the cut-off point for public access. So we were able to get through there and travel probably down about 30 kilometres of State Highway 1, assessing the damage on the way down as far as Kekaringu, which is into the Kaikoura district.
And what is the damage like, Kate? How bad is it as you head south along State Highway 1?
Well, look, it is, the state and the scale of it is quite impressive. It looks almost as though something with enormous claws has kind of raked at the road at random. There are huge cracks, both horizontally across the road and in some cases sort of right down the centre of the road. Some of them are actually really deep. You can see down into them that they're almost over a foot deep. And then all along the sides of the road there are rock falls everywhere covering the road. We stopped at one point at Ward Beach, just down on the coast, to actually go and have a look at some of those rocks. People may have seen images now of rocks that have actually been thrown up by the earthquake. That entire part of the coastline appears to have been raised by a couple of metres, and there are seaweed exposed, or seaweed covered rocks that have been exposed. So we went down and had a look at those as well. But yeah, there are just huge potholes, huge kind of slumps in the road, and it really is only passable by four-wheel drive vehicles driving very, very carefully.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, long time before that road is functioning normally again. Kate,
it is. We were commenting on the way down.
Sorry, have you in your travels been feeling aftershocks? Boy, there's been a couple of big ones, particularly after 2 p.m, 5.2 and 5.8. Did you feel them?
Yeah, those two big ones we did feel. I was actually in Ward at the time talking to one of the residents there who was staying at the welfare centre, and both of us felt it. We sort of stopped mid-conversation, just kind of tried to calm her 3 young sons who were in the car, who also felt it, and they're exhausted and frightened and scared as well. But yeah, we did feel that one.
Kate, thank you. Kate Newton, live from Seddon.